Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I have a range of pocket-ish pens here today on my desk. And the reason for that is I want to talk a little bit more about this converter. This is the Kaweco Foldable Mini Converter. So it's got this little arm that folds out there, making it a sort of a push-pull converter, similar to the other push-pull converter from Kaweco, but with this little foldable arm that also locks it in place. So this is designed primarily by Kaweco because of the Lilliput fountain pen. This will take a standard international short cartridge, but it's too small for a converter. And I have a range of other smaller converters here. Ink reservoirs. So the little old Kaweco squeeze converter would fit it, but that thing was junk, absolute junk. You can use a standard international short cartridge and you can refill that. It wouldn't hold the little, is it Monteverde? I think it was a little push-pull converter. And the original Kaweco push-pull converter was too long for it as well. So they invented or came up with this, which is a great little format. I've made another video about it. I'll show it below. But what I wanted to do today was see what it would fit. So as I said, I've got a range of pocket-ish fountain pens here from a range of different brands. And we're going to talk about what it will fit. First thing I have to say, it is a standard international size, which means anything like your Hongdians and all your sort of Chinese, a lot of your Chinese pocket pens will not fit it because these take a 3.4 millimeter, not 2.6 millimeter, I think it said 2.6, converter there, okay? So first things first, it has to be a standard international fountain pen, which rules out a number including the beautiful Hongdian M2 here, which is one of my favorite pocket pens. But let's have a look at these. What will it fit in? So let's start at the end and just work our way across. This is the Scarina EDC. Now this will take almost a full standard international size converter. So you don't need a smaller converter for this pen. It is threaded, but of course this will fit as well, but there's really no need for it in that pen because it takes a standard international size, like a Schmidt K5 or something like that, or whichever one is the threaded Schmidt converter. So yes, Scarina, it will fit. This is the wingback stainless steel fountain pen. Now, I have this inked up with a cartridge at the moment, but unfortunately, it doesn't fit in here. This converter, it's just too long to really activate down onto the bottom of those threads. So just by maybe a millimeter the foldable converter is just a millimeter too long for the wingback. So it is standard international cartridges for that go. Next, we have the 5040 Pocket GT, absolute cracker of a pocket pen. And in this, I have a Kaweco Foldable Mini Converter. I love this converter. And so, yes, the Pocket GT from 5040 absolutely will take the new Kaweco Foldable Converter. Next, we have the Sean Design Pocket 6. This is the metal version I've had for a little while. Wonderful little pen. Really enjoy it. Let's see if this fits. A lot of these I haven't tried yet, so we're learning together, guys. It's standard international, so it will fit in that way. Let's see if you can then screw it down. Absolutely. So Sean Design Pocket 6 for the Kaweco Mini Foldable Converter. Next is the Travelers Company Brass Pocket Fountain Pen. Once again, another of my favorite pocket pens. I think this is such a great pen. It is standard international again, so that will fit. And let's see if it will screw down. Absolutely no issues. So another win there. Okay, Gravitas Pocket Pen. This is the OG pocket pens from Gravitas. Awesome pen. And Gravitas have been doing some amazing things with their new pocket pens as well. As you can see, I've been using this with old, refillable cartridges. So standard international, no issue. And this, I've actually used this pen with one of these converters recently. So absolutely, this fits. No issues at all. Next, we have a recent addition to the lineup from Bennu. This is the Bennu Pixie. Great little pen. Very small though. Standard International, so that won't be a concern. That does click on there quite nicely. And that does fit. So even the Pixie will take the new Kaweco mini converter. And of course, because it locks in there, you're not able to push down out the ink out of there. So that's excellent. Next, we have the Dakota from Monteverde. This is a slightly larger pocket pen, and they made a slightly sort of smaller Standard International cartridge, or converter. So you can definitely see that is absolutely going to fit, but I'll put it in there just so you see, nice and secure on there, and then no issues at all. Really, really amazing pen. I will link to reviews of a lot of these pens just so that you have access to those reviews in the video description here if you're interested. But I'm really enjoying the Dakota from Monteverde. Next, we have a pen I haven't spoken about enough recently because it is a really cool little pen. So this is Milum. Milum, I've reviewed this really early on and I use it so regularly, and it came with its own amazing little converter. This is like brass push-pull converter, but it's been used a lot over the years. So let's see if the push-pull converter from Kaweco will fit. So it's Standard International, so that's not a worry. And then, yeah, the barrel screws down with no issues at all. Good size fit there. It's really interesting to see sort of, the fact that this Kaweco converter now exists, and it's going to give us access to the ability to use a lot of these pens with converter, which it's not the biggest capacity converter. It's not got the capacity of a Standard International short cartridge, but it's useful if you want to use bottled ink. Of course, the Kawecos now, these are going to fit it without any problem at all. That original push-pull converter by Kaweco, the short one that I showed earlier, was basically designed for the sport. So this little foldable converter, of course, is going to fit that. And it will, of course, fit the Lilliput because that is the pen it was designed for. So that one in there. So, basically that out, you've been able to fill it, from a bottle of ink, no worries, fold the arm back in and then screw the barrel down over the top. Perfect. Literally the pen this converter was designed for. Next, we have the Tom's Studio fountain pen. And once again, I'm using the Kaweco foldable converter in this pen. So yes, it does fit. This is a wonderful pen. Link to Tom's Studio down below as well, where you can get a little discount on their products. Great pen, great to be able to use it with this converter. It adds to that sustainability that Tom's Studio are after. Next here is the Platypus Pens Model 10 Quokka. So the Model 10 Quokka and the Model 1 Quokka are the pocket versions of the Model 1 and 10 from Platypus Pens. And I will try it in here. So Standard International, no issue. And it just fits on there. So yes, you can definitely use it with the Platypus Pens Model 10 Quokka without any problem. Platypus Pens, 3D printed pens from Melbourne in Australia. As I said, I'll link to a lot of the reviews down below. And we have 3 pens left. So we have the Eno Pummer in brass. This is such a heavy, solid pen. I love it so much. Nice sort of deep setting there, and takes that converter. No issues. The converter does sit a little longer in its pushed out form than a sort of Standard International cartridge, just by a few millimeters. So if the engineering of the pen barrel is so precise to only just fit the Standard International short cartridge, like it is with the wingback stainless steel fountain pen, then you are going to run into some issues here. Just a couple of extra millimeters. But if there's a little bit of wiggle room in the pen body, you're not going to have a problem with this converter. And another Eno. So this is the XS in copper. Cool pen. Let's see if we can get that converter on here. Yeah, no worries. I'm surprised about that. Like, as I said, it's a couple extra millimeters wiggle room I wasn't sure about, but yeah, we can absolutely fit that on there, and it's right near the end there, so that's great. It's a really cool pen. And I love the weight of the copper in this pen, and I think that design is really, really fantastic as well. And then last, I have the EDC from Big Idea Design. Awesome pen. And I've been using the Kaweco push-pull mini converter in here. So if that fits, the new foldable should definitely fit without any issue whatsoever. Yeah, that's perfect. Great. Well, another really great pen. You know, I do enjoy my pocket pens, and I'm really enjoying the fact that you know, this new foldable converter from Kaweco is allowing the use of a converter with so many of these pocket pens that you know, most of these or a number of these couldn't take that original push-pull Kaweco converter. So it's really great to have those options now open to us in a range of pens. So I hope you found this video about the little push-pull converter, the foldable mini converter, I should say, from Kaweco to be interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button. If you've experienced using it with other fountain pens, as I said, this list of pocket pens is not exhaustive. There are so many pocket fountain pens on the market now. Every brand is kind of doing one. This is just a range that I pulled from my collection randomly today just to see what it would fit in. I've been using it in a couple of them, so we know that it works. But yeah, if you've been using it with other pens, drop it in the comments below. If you've got other products you think I should be looking at, if you'd like to support the channel, let's get in touch and see what we can do. A big thank you to a lot of the brands who have supported my channel, a lot of these brands who have supported my channel over the last few years. As I'll link to all the reviews below so you can check those out too. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.